program is brought to you by the National Commission for Families and Children in collaboration with the National Parenting Task Force and UNICEF. Being a kid isn't easy sometimes, but being a kid during a pandemic, no, that's hellish. 2020 was the worst, but 2021, a close second. Still, believe it or not, there were some silver linings. I'll never forget the mask wearing, the sanitizing, the keeping 6 pair of feet apart. But I'll also never forget the lessons those years taught us. Lessons that hopefully you'll be able to put to good use too. That's us. We aren't the biggest family, but when everybody's stuck at home, 5 people can really feel like too much. Worse, when the house is a classroom, a playground, and a movie theater all at once. Those 3 things do not work well together. Don't believe me? Okay, just watch.
Oh man, I lost again.
Afternoon, how you doing?
Man, I can't take this no more.
See what I mean?
What happened, man?
Lisa, Christian, make nice all morning. Uncle Pablo, he there over there to play loud music. I done try focus on my schoolwork. I can't wait for go back to school.
All right, calm down, baby, calm down. Lisa and Christian, listen to me. I asked you before I left this morning, be quiet because I need to concentrate on school. All that noise, no, they work, okay?
But we just to play.
I know, sweetie, but we have to make sure that we think about Mia and the work that she have to do for school, okay? Quiet. Pablo, you're a big man. I left you here to help me with the kids, not for they play music and they pay attention to what they do, man.
Sorry, Erlene.
Yup, this is my personal headache. I mean family. Let me introduce you. That's Lisa and Chris. They're my younger siblings. Lisa was so quiet, you'd forget that she was there sometimes. And Chris, well, he had enough energy for the both of them. If you let him, he'd probably run around the house all day long. And then there's Uncle Pablo, the family clown, and supposedly our babysitter. He wasn't the best at parenting, but he tried sometimes, I guess. And hey, he liked to make us laugh, so I mean, that counts for something, right? There's Mom. She did her best to make things work despite having a demanding job and being a single parent. She used to smile a lot, but those days there were just less and less smiles on her face and a lot more worry. Oh, and that's me. People like to call me drama queen and Miss Put to Right, but I have no idea why. Now, where were we?
Sorry, Erlene.
Hi. What Jason did?
Jason got sour about 9 this morning. I don't know where he gone.
All right. Lisa, Christian, go down the room, baby. Wash your hands and wait till I call you for lunch, okay?
Okay, Mama.
Pablo, you go outside, look, man. I need a bit of peace and quiet.
We didn't always get on each other's nerves, but you know what you get when you put 4 kids, a childish uncle, and a tired mom together in a pandemic? Pressure. I want a lot of it too.
Hello, Margaret. I'm sorry for unload you at this time, but I really at my wit's end with this online schooling because Christian, Polly think he know they learn nothing. He need constant supervision. And Lisa, she try hard, but she still need help too. And I can't afford a tutor. I am so glad that Mia likes school. But Jason, he know a whole other matter. He not even pick up the books. This online schooling really not help me. I can't do this no more. They really need to get back in a school.
Arlene, I am so sorry to hear that. Let me come by after school this evening so we can chat.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. All right then. Jason, wait a minute.
Out?
Oh, that's Jason, my big brother.
Out? What do you mean out, Jason? I tell you, you have to start to focus on your schoolwork. I'm tired of have these conversations with you, man.
Ma, why you always step on my
Because
case?
you not do what you're supposed to do. Man, you have to have a long talk.
Okay, let's talk about something that is illegal: the sexual exploitation of children, or in simpler terms, children being encouraged to perform sexual acts in exchange for money or favors. The sexual exploitation of children happens every day around our schools, playgrounds, and even our homes. Sexual predators are preying on our children. These sugar daddies and sugar mamas are destroying our children, our society, and our future. Let's be clear. Sexual activity with a child in exchange for any compensation, such as money, gifts, food, or other benefits, is a crime and liable to imprisonment for 12 years to life. Anyone involved in the sexual exploitation of children, directly or indirectly, is officially a middleman and also liable to imprisonment for 12 years. Encouraging or even allowing the sexual exploitation of children is a serious crime. If anyone knows of children being sexually exploited, report them to the Department of Human Services at 0800-PROTECT. No more sugar daddies or sugar mamas.
Hi, my name is Zola Bustamante. I'm 16 years old. I was sexually abused. While this makes me a victim, what I really am now is a survivor. And I'm here to share my story with hope of reaching other young women and girls that you aren't alone, and if something like this ever happens, you can get help too. I was 13 years old when I was sexually abused by my father, and he threatens me if I told anyone. One day I moved to my grandparents' house, which I fell down, got hurt, and I ended up at the hospital. The police and the social got involved, and I spoke to a church member. I told her my story, which she connected me to Miss Rianne from the Child from Foundation Development. There was when my emotions recovery started, and we did a few counseling sessions. Miss Rianne joined me to a girls group, which I found out that I wasn't the only one who went through this. Remember, don't be afraid to get help, because you don't need to stay in an abusive situation.
In an emergency, people may try to take advantage of a person at risk, including children and women. Avoid this from happening to your family members by practicing the following. Be aware of strangers offering to take your children away and promising to help you or your family. These offers are not always genuine, and a child could be at risk of violence, exploitation, or abuse. Make every effort to let your children know that they can tell you if something happens to them, and it doesn't matter who the person is, that you will listen and report it. Talk to your children and let them know that they should ask for help immediately if someone tries to touch them in an inappropriate way or make them feel uncomfortable. Report any negative behavior or conduct by anyone. By following these tips, you can ensure the safety of your family.
Got it, Mom.
Hi, good evening, baby.
Hi, Margaret. Come on in, girl. Thank you so much for coming. Come
Hi,
in. Come
good
in.
evening, Earlene.
Come in. Have a seat.
How are you?
I am good, girl. How are you?
Not so bad myself.
I really need to say thank you for taking the time out to come and help me with this at-home learning. It has been very, very challenging. So any tips you can offer, any suggestions that are greatly appreciated.
No problem, Earlene. You are not the only parent going through this struggle during this time. It's an uncertain time for all of us. So I'm glad I'm here to help you.
Well, thank you, and I am open to any suggestions you have.
Yes, so what we can do is to go through some recommendations that I have used myself, and some parents have given me tips that they use in their home as well. So maybe those are some of the things that we can discuss.
Good.
So one thing that one of my parents say that they use, and I also use it, is creating a routine. You know, children love when you create routines because it gives them a sense of responsibility and it allows them to be responsible when it's time for them to do their work and to do different activities at home. So creating a routine would help them to alleviate a lot of the chaos that happens when mom is not around.
I'll definitely try that.
Okay, you can also have Pablo supervise them with a quiet activity like coloring while Mia is online doing her online classes, because you know you don't want them to be a distraction to her while they have playtime. So maybe they can do a coloring activity while she does her online classes. Another thing that we can do is to connect with your child's teacher. Do you have a WhatsApp chat with them, or?
No, I don't, but no, that is definitely something that I want to look into. Definitely
Okay.
something that I will look into and ask the teacher if we can connect that way.
Yes, because what happened, you can explain to the teacher that, tell her or him what you're going through at home, have them have an idea of your struggles and be honest about it, because remember, they're also going through uncertain times as well. So it's trial and error for both parents and teacher along with the students. So being honest and open will allow the teacher to be flexible with you when it comes to your child's education.
I will definitely look into that, into the WhatsApp and connecting with the teacher, because it's been hard, and I want to know that I am making every effort to help my children.
I understand. I fully understand. Well, another tip that you can use would be to join forces with parents. Like connect with them through social media, via WhatsApp, Facebook, any medium that you can reach them to ask them about tips, because they also have good tips.
Connecting with other parents was a great idea. Mom gained some new friends who supported each other, and she also mastered the use of WhatsApp.
I wish that I had thought about that before, because sometimes I feel like I'm in this on my own.
I understand. I understand. It's a trying time for all of us. So the first step that you did was to contact me for tips, and that is going to be something excellent for you, because it's going to help you to help your children.
Yes.
So you did the first great step. So
Yes.
excellent on that. The other thing that you can do is to set goals and to celebrate their accomplishments. Children love when you have incentive and rewards
Yes.
in place. So what you can do is to have them do a upside down day where they choose what they want to eat for breakfast. They choose what activity they want the family to do for the day. It's all up to them. So for example, if Mia wants to eat ice cream for breakfast, if she completes her work by the end of the week, she can have her ice cream for upside down days. So how does that sound?
That's a new new thing, something that I think would probably work, because yes, the children they like to be rewarded. So that's something new that I never gave any thought to. So I definitely will try that.
Okay. And then you can get creative with the lessons. When you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, you can also have the children come around and help you with the cooking. Maybe you can make something nice that they like to eat, for example, pizza. And when they're making their pizza, you can have them put on their toppings and measure out their cheese and everything, and put it in the oven. Have them get engaged with the cooking, and then you can also tie that in with their lessons.
This turned out to be perfect for Christian and Lisa. They loved helping out in the kitchen. Lisa even learned her multiplication table that way.
I have to be a teacher to my children, and I really appreciate these tips that you're giving me.
Yes, another one would be a buddy system as well, where you have your child find somebody that they're comfortable with from their age range or in their class, and you can have your child work along with that student. Remember, you need to know the parent. First and foremost, you would talk to the parent and have them engage in conversation where you're explaining what you're going through to them and how they can help you, so your child would be able to work along with their child and get their work completed. So that is another great tip.
I think that is something that would work really, really good for my little Christian. So I will definitely look into that.
And how about your employer? Does your employer give you flexibility when it comes to like if you need time for your children? Like, what is in place at work for that?
Well, I think that it's something that I should ask. And I've never even asked, because I just felt that I need to be at work. So that's something that I can ask my employer, and if they give me that kind of liberty, it would work good for me to do some work from home. So it's definitely something that I can ask.
Yes, because it would be great for you to be able to work flexible hours. For example, maybe you can tell your employer if it's possible for you to work on Saturdays, and then you probably get a day off in the week where you can spend with your children and you work from home. So that is another great tip that you can use.
Thank you so much for coming, Margaret, and giving me all these wonderful tips. I will definitely put them to use.
No problem, Erlene. You can call me at any time for any tips that you need.
Thank you so much again, girl.
You're welcome.
What is consent, and how does it apply to sex? When it's about giving permission for sexual activity, it's quite simple and clear. No one under the age of 16 can legally give permission for or agree to any sexual activity. Period. It's illegal. Unlawful sexual intercourse. Get it? Consent also cannot be given under force or deceit, so lying to get consent or forcing someone to have sex, that's not consent. Oh, and people with mental disabilities cannot give consent either. Children under the age of 16 are just not mentally developed enough to consent to sexual activity, and anyone who has sex with someone under the age of 16 is a criminal. Even if they said they were 16, there is no excuse. These criminals go to prison for 5 to 10 years, and if that child is under 14, it's 12 years to life imprisonment. And even if two children under the age of 16 engage in sexual activity, that is also illegal, and they may be held responsible. Sex and consent are very serious issues. Don't make a mistake that may ruin your life and someone else's.
Are you feeling stressed and worried? These are stressful times, so it's understandable. Let's take a quick pause together. Sit down, close your eyes, and listen to your breath as it goes in and out. Open your eyes again. Notice how you feel. Remember, it's important to take care of yourself first so that you can take care of your children.
So, let's talk about the sexual exploitation of children, or, in simpler terms, children being encouraged to perform sexual acts in exchange for money or favors. Parents, guardians, children, Belize. The sexual exploitation of children happens every day, around our schools, playgrounds, and even our homes. This is a fact. Sexual predators, even some your children trust, are convincing your children that it's okay to have sexual relations in exchange for money, gifts, food, or other benefits. But it is not. Know that any person who has knowledge and encourages or allows this sexual exploitation commits a serious crime and is liable to imprisonment for 12 years, even other children over the age of 12. Wake up. Your children deserve more than this. They depend on you to keep them safe. Protect them from this disgusting trade and report any persons sexually exploiting and abusing children directly or indirectly to the Department of Human Services at 0800 PROTECT. Children, if anyone touches you or makes you touch them in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable and offers you money, food, gifts, or favors, know that they are doing something wrong and illegal to you. Stay away from them and report them to a trusted adult or call the Department of Human Services at 0800 PROTECT. There are other ways to get help. No more sugar daddies or sugar mamas. We can all do our part. Please, let's protect our children.
Your child depends on you for protection. So if you have seen or been told that they're being abused, report it to the police immediately. While reporting, make sure to ask that a social worker is present during the process. Finally, make sure that your child does not have to repeat the story over and over. Report child abuse by calling 227-3898 or 0800 PROTECT or 0800 A Way Out.
Thank goodness for Teacher Margaret. She was a good friend and a huge help for Mom when it came to dealing with school and the kids. And she didn't just listen to Mom's problems, She gave some great advice too. Mom followed Teacher Margaret's advice to the T. During lockdown, those tips were our homeschool survival kit. And if you're ever in need of some extra help yourself, I'm sure they'd be of great use to you. So remember, create a routine. Communicate with teachers more. WhatsApp is your friend. Join forces with other parents. Set goals and celebrate accomplishments. Get creative with lessons. Start a buddy system with other kids. Ask about working flexible hours or working from home. Those tips did not make all the problems go away, not at all. But they sure made all our lives and at-home learning that much easier. And as for the Jason issue...
Hello? Yes, this is she. Okay. Jason? Yes. Okay, we will be in next week to see the counselor. Thank you. Bye. Jason? Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Jason, I just got a call from your school. You're on the verge of failing, Jason. You know, they hand in your packets. When you hand them in, they're incomplete, they're incorrect. We have an appointment next week, and we'll meet with the counselor. Okay? No, Jason, no talking. The discussion finished. Okay? This is your last chance. This is the decision. We will go and see the counselor next week. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good.
Jason is really the sweetest guy, but a lot changed with the pandemic. He was hardly around. He was struggling with this at-home learning thing.
Come in, please have a seat.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones, my name is Erdine Smith and this is my son Jason. We're here to see you because I got a call from his teacher and she's telling me that Jason is not picking up his packets. He's not handing them in on time, and when he do hand them in, they're incomplete or incorrect. So we're here to see if we could get some guidance to help Jason with the schoolwork.
All right, then, no problem. Before we continue...
Jason, give me the phone and sit up and pay attention and show some respect.
Jason, what do you think is the problem with at-home learning?
I hate it. It's boring. I don't learn nothing. I don't see the sense in me to continue because I don't catch up.
Alright, so because you don't see the sense of you continuing, you just don't do it.
I have to self-teach myself. I have to go every 2 weeks, go pick up my packages and do my assignment. And then I end up falling behind and I just can't catch up. I don't see the sense I go pick up my packages anymore.
What do you do during the day?
Well,
I could tell you what you do. Play a game, hang out on the street side, the pan basketball court, the pan the phone where I just have to take with now. That's the way you do.
you see the reason why I can't talk to my mom?
I'd rather hear from you.
Okay.
Well, usually one of my friends have this bad game, so usually just spend our time.
See what I
playing
mean? Game.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, come on, stay quiet. This is about Jason.
Then often we go like go up on the basketball court and just play and chill.
So Jason, what is the most difficult part of at-home learning?
I don't have the support I need. There is no one to help me with my work. I have so much schoolwork to do and a lot of reading. So to be honest, I can't with this whole school thing. I just can't. Just.
Because you see, Mr. Jones, this is what I'm talking about. I invest a whole lot of money to make sure that Jason have internet, to make everything as comfortable for us that he could do your research and do your work, and then he just blow everything off. He just blow it off.
But Ma, I don't remember, I know the same. I don't have that support home I need.
Yes, Papa, but that's why we call Mr. Jones, so that Mr. Jones could give you some guidance to help you.
Jason, do you want to graduate?
I mean, yes.
Alright, so do you realize that if you continue down this path, graduation won't be in your future? You need to focus on what's happening now. And with that being said, I need you to understand that whatever you're going through, you aren't the only person. Alright? There's many students that has passed through the same office with the same issues that you have. It just takes a bit of motivation to push yourself to actually want to do better.
You have to want it, Jason.
I understand, Ma.
Yes, man, but what kind of example is you set for your younger siblings at home? They look up to you, and if they see you know the do what they know you're supposed to do. What you think they want to do? They want to start to act the same way like you? That's the way you want for your younger brother and sister, eh?
No.
Hey, Jason.
So Jason, how do you think we could move forward from here?
Well, first, I'll have somebody there to help me because I can't by myself. I feel like that took pressure too much for me.
Are you willing to put in the effort?
I could try.
With that being said, we have a teacher in place that will be able to work with you and help you out throughout the semester. All right, her name is Mrs. Burns.
You know Mrs. Burns?
Yeah.
You could reach out to her and set up a schedule for yourself. But it isn't only her. You have to realize that you have to put in the effort as well. And honestly, if you do the work along with Miss Burns, if you take that time out to finish all of your work, you have more time for your friends as well.
She have patience too, so I think she'll be good.
Well, good. So you're willing to try this?
Yeah.
All right. We got your word.
I will.
All right, good.
Well, this is the number for Mrs. Burns.
So let's hope that this will try. You agree that he's willing to try, so we will do this, right? We'll contact Miss Burns. 2 weeks, we'll come back and see Mr. Jones.
All right,
Thank you very much, Mr. Jones. We really
problem.
appreciate this.
So in the next 2 weeks, I'll be able to see you guys and we'll check the progress. All right?
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Seeing Counselor Jones was such a start. Jason was still a headache sometimes, but other times you could tell he really made a try. In fact, we just all made a try. At-home learning was hard for everyone. You'd think it was all about sleeping in late, going to class in your pajamas, but nope, we never imagined a day would come where we all could not wait to be back in school. But until that day came, all we could really do was just adapt. The preceding program was brought to you by the National Commission for Families and Children in collaboration with the National Parenting Task Force and UNICEF.